This is the scene in Tahrir Square tonight as tens of thousands of Egyptians take to the streets. Many are now venting their anger that President Mohamed Morsi was removed from power. At least 10 people have been killed in clashes across the country. Sean Mallon reports.
As darkness fell in Cairo, there were running battles in the heart of the capital. A bridge over the Nile, the scene of a face-off between supporters of the ex-government and the interim.
Many of the Muslim Brotherhood said they were prepared to shed blood to fight the coup. That's what happened on the barricades. Thousands marched to the headquarters of the Republican Guard, the place where it was rumored that the now deposed President Mohamed Morsi was in custody. They were met by lines of troops in no mood to let them pass. Shots were fired, tear gas too. The army said the rounds were all blanks, but reporters spotted at least one victim dead from a head wound. Many wounded were carried away to ambulances. Protesters showed injuries that appeared to come from birdshot. After decades of repression under a series of dictators, the Brotherhood supporters were furious that their democratically elected president was forced out by the military after barely a year in office. "I'm telling the head of the army that you betrayed the Egyptian people," says this Morsi supporter. The trouble started early and away from the capital. A state of emergency was declared and armored vehicles deployed in the northern Sinai after a pre-dawn attack. Islamists had fired rocket-propelled grenades at an airport, killing one soldier. After Friday prayers, Muslim Brotherhood supporters poured into the streets in major cities in nationwide protests that they promised would be peaceful. This is Egypt's million-man march to regain legitimacy from the traitors, says this man. The new interim president, former Judge Adli Mansour, moved quickly to consolidate power, dissolving the upper house of parliament, which was dominated by the Brotherhood. And those who support the coup were still out in force in Tahrir Square, cheering the ongoing military air show overhead. "I would like to tell the young members of the Brotherhood that their leaders are a failure and that the youth should join us to build a new Egypt," says this man. But with tens of thousands from both sides on the streets and soldiers struggling to maintain order, this remains a divided and dangerous time. Sean Mallon, Global News, London.